Tesla CEO Elon Musk confirmed during Tesla's Q1 2026 earnings call that Cybercab production has officially begun at Giga, Texas. The first Cybercab production vehicle was produced in February 2026, and by mid-March, frequent Cybercab test units were spotted on public roads. Musk immediately tempered expectations, saying whenever you have a new product with a completely new supply chain, new everything, it's always a stretched-out S-curve, warning that initial production would be very slow but ramp exponentially toward the end of the year. On-road testing, Austin, Texas. Tesla has begun testing a production version of its Cybercab that has 2 seats but no steering wheel or pedals in Austin. For now, the testing is being done with a safety monitor in the right passenger seat. Tesla confirmed it is performing engineering tests, not customer rides, in downtown Austin using 34 vehicles. The Cybercab itself is a 2-passenger vehicle designed from the ground up for full autonomy. Unlike the Model Y units currently running Robotaxi rides in Austin, there is no retrofit here. No wheel removed, no pedals blocked off. The production Cybercab was engineered from day one without those controls. Full official specs, EPA-confirmed. EPA certification filings have revealed the full technical specifications of the Tesla Cybercab for the first time. A 163 kilowatts, 219 horsepower, front-mounted permanent magnet motor, a 48 kilowatt-hours lithium-ion battery pack running at 326 V, and a curb weight of 1,412 kilograms, making it the lightest electric vehicle in the U.S. The unadjusted combined EPA range of 418.2 miles translates to approximately 293 miles under the standard 0.7 adjustment factor, aligning with Tesla's earlier claim of close to 300 miles. The motor is deliberately oversized relative to the Cybercab's performance targets. A 219 horsepower unit in a sub 500 kg vehicle is not there for acceleration, but to allow the motor to operate in its most efficient torque band during the low-speed urban cycling that defines its use case. The result is the most energy-efficient Tesla driving experience to date at 165 Wh/mi. Regulatory and legal status. The EPA issued the Cybercab a certificate of conformity for the 2026 model year on May 26, 2026, clearing it for legal operation across the United States from an emissions standpoint. Tesla VP of Vehicle Engineering Lars Morvey confirmed that the Cybercab will not be subject to NHTSA's 2,500 vehicle annual production cap for autonomous vehicles. Tesla designed the Cybercab to comply with all existing federal motor vehicle safety standards on its own, with no waiver needed. The practical implication is enormous. Tesla can scale production unconstrained by federal exemption limits that have bottlenecked every other autonomous vehicle company. The Cybercab is now EPA certified and cleared for U.S. roads from emission standpoint, but does not have regulatory approval for autonomous operation in a single jurisdiction. Washington D.C. expansion. Tesla is setting its sights on Washington, D.C. as the next frontier for its Cybercab Robotaxi program, with reports indicating the company is preparing to bring a significant number of the purpose-built autonomous vehicles to the nation's capital. Cybercab units were spotted testing on public roads in the capital as far back as March 2026, suggesting Tesla has been quietly building operational familiarity with the city's road network well ahead of any commercial launch. A D.C. council member also introduced legislation in April 2026 to authorize Robotaxi operations in the district, though the city has faced delays in completing a required safety study. A D.C. deployment would be a strategically loaded choice beyond just market size. Operating in the shadow of federal regulators and policymakers sends a message, and given the current administration's apparent openness to updating autonomous vehicle safety standards, the timing appears deliberate. The critical problem Tesla still hasn't solved. The Cybercab is designed to operate without a driver, but Tesla hasn't solved unsupervised autonomous driving yet. Musk said unsupervised full self-driving would reach customer vehicles probably Q4 of this year, though Tesla's track record on FSD timelines has been consistently off by years. Tesla's current supervised robotaxi fleet crashes at roughly 4 times the rate of human drivers. One crash per 57,000 miles versus the human benchmark of one crash per 229,000 miles. Tesla's camera vision-only approach, no LiDAR, no radar, no HD maps, end-to-end neural network, remains unproven and perceived with broad skepticism from the wider autonomous driving sector. But if it works at scale, it could also prove far cheaper to deploy than sensor-heavy competitors. Pricing and availability. The Cybercab is expected to launch at an unprecedented $30,000, undercutting almost every EV on the market and making it accessible not just to fleet operators, but to individuals looking for a dedicated robotaxi vehicle. No official commercial launch date has been confirmed. What is clear is that the groundwork, testing, federal certifications, production ramp, and favorable regulatory wins at the federal level is further along than most people realize. The competition. While Tesla continues working to bring the Cybercab to market, other players continue to advance. Perhaps none more so than Waymo, which is operating commercially across multiple U.S. cities with a mature, LiDAR-equipped system, with overseas deployments in London and Tokyo also planned for 2026. Meanwhile, Zoox is advancing its purpose-built robotaxi, and Amazon and Uber have both committed capital to the sector.